Ashley, watching the president's remarks from top to bottom, I was waiting for the emergence of some messaging that might have stood out as an emerging theme in the campaign. And I guess it was the threat of bedlam, as he mentioned it at one point, that if the Democrats are elected, bedlam will come to all cities and towns in the United States. He talked about the protest movement a lot. In 2016, it was identity politics and nicknames that got him elected in the view of some. As he looks at this next reelection, having been robbed of the robust economy he thought he was going to run on, is this kind of going to look like what the campaign is?
Absolutely. I mean, the campaign right now and his aides and his advisors are very clearly, as they've told me, casting about for a message. He was robbed of the economy. They aren't quite able to paint Biden, although the president is trying, as sort of a liberal socialist Antifa member. That's just not who Joe Biden is. And the president doesn't know where to land. And so it's created the situation where there's a ton of frustration between both the president and his campaign team in a lot of ways. Because if you listen to that whole speech, there were some messages, some scripted teleprompter messages embedded in there that not necessarily devastating, but are the sort of hits that his team wants him to land against Joe Biden. But then the president does things like he says, he uses a racist phrase to describe the coronavirus, the Kung flu. He talks about how he wants to slow testing down, and that becomes the message, and it derails everything. So the campaign and advisors are furious with the president for being incapable of staying on message, and he's furious with them because he feels, you need to do your job, you need to pack the stadium. And when the president is casting about, the final thing I will say is he doubles down on his gut instincts, which is that sort of identity politics, race politics, dog whistle, racially tinged, and even racist language that we're seeing right now.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.